2 seasonals, 2 poke fairs, and 2 sus variety scouts. Who among these 6 limited time sync pairs should you go for, or you should just skip because anniversary is coming in 2 updates? In this video we discuss, so with that said, strap on your seatbelts, sit tight, and let's begin this analysis video. Here we go! Yo, 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 this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, the artist Team Skull Grunt, and this is Pokemon Masters EX, guys. This is your long-awaited 1 copy or no copies, or 1 out of 5 or none out of 5 video where we discuss base copies, 1 copy of these sync pairs. What do they bring to the table? Do they change the game? Or you should just stick to your current units and just skip all of these because they are worthless. So, I hope you guys are excited, and if you are, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, help me out with the YouTube algorithm, help this channel grow, and also leave a comment. Tell me in the comment section if you're going for any of these sync pairs. Maybe the seasonals, maybe the villain arc units, variety scouts, maybe. Who knows? Maybe you're a fan of these too. And also, guys, if you want to push the support a bit further, you can also become a member of my channel by clicking on the join button. But before that, guys, again, a reminder to join. Where is it? To join the 10K giveaway, because it's ending on July 15, and I'm giving away lots of things for free. Even the shipping fee for free. So don't miss this. Watch the video and do whatever the video says. A lot of people actually did one thing but did not follow the other things. Come on. Starting also, by the way, starting today or tomorrow, I'll be marking by commenting on your comments if you get an entry or not. So if you do not get a confirmation, that means you have not yet entered officially into the giveaway. So that will be a reminder for you. So go ahead, you can comment another time so that you have a confirmation. But with that said, guys, I've already done analysis for Summer Tate and Jirachi, as well as Summer Liza and Celesteela, and you can check this out so that you will know all there is to these 2 seasonal sync pairs. I discussed all their full kit, so 3 copies of each of these sync pairs, what they do, but this video is only going to discuss just getting 1 copy. What do they bring to the table? And with that said, guys, I need your help. If you guys are generous, you can go support me and help me upgrade, fix my computer because it is dying. You can check out this fundraiser page. Link will be in the description, and I know a lot of you prefer supporting me in other ways. You can check out my Ko-fi page instead. The link is ko-fi.com/splgum, and you can support me a little bit. Just share your blessings here and help me get a new PC. But all the way, thank you guys so much for all the support to my members who have been supporting me all throughout. Very much appreciated, especially with the fluctuating YouTube income. And thank you also to the gifters of my channel for all your extra generosity. So with all that said, guys, let us begin. This is the timeline of sync pair scouts that have arrived or that are arriving in this month's update. Starting with Summer Tate and Summer Liza. They are coming 2 days apart. Actually, if you're watching this video, Summer Liza should come out either tomorrow or later, depending on what day I upload this video. And then 2 weeks after, you have Rose and Oleana, the Pokefair Scouts, the Villain Arc units. And then a few days after Oleana, you have 2 days apart, the Variety Scouts, Kiawe and Malo. In this update, there are 3 Heck sync pairs. That is Tate, Oliana, and Kiawe. There is one support, Malo, and there are two strikers, and that is Liza and Rose. So three techs, two strikers, one support sync pair. And in this update also, if you have paid gems, you can get a guaranteed copy of Tate and Liza with 20,200 paid gems, one guaranteed copy of either Kiawe or Malo with 7,000 paid gems, 7,500 rather, or one guaranteed copy of Rose and Oliana with 36,400 paid gems. Or if you do not have paid gems, that's 36,600 non-paid gems for each of these sync pairs. So the good thing about the seasonals and the variety scouts is that they give you move candy coins if you scout on their banners. So Tate gives you tech move candy coins, 3 tech move candy coins for the first 3 multiples. Liza gives you 3 strike move candy coins for the first 3 multiples. Kiawe gives you 3 tech move candy coins also for the first 3 multiples. And Malo gives you 3 support move candy coins on the first 3 multiples of their non-paid banner. Non-paid banner, but if you go for their paid banners, there's the benefits. You get one guaranteed copy with 20,200 and a 25% chance at 7,700 paid gems. These two, you get enough custom power-ups to make them 6-star EX. And sync orbs for them both. So that's the sync pair scouts, and also 7% chance of scouting for a random 5-star sync pair with Tate and Liza as well as Kiawe and Malo. Meanwhile, Rose and Oliana, 10% chance of getting a random 5-star. But overall, all of them gives you a 2% chance of scouting for the featured unit only. And with that, you can check out my gem count video if you want to know how many gems we get. But we are not getting a lot in this update, which is very sad and very frustrating considering that the update, the anniversary update, is coming very, very soon. Next month, there should be a lot of gems, but this month, sadly, not a lot of gems. And by the way, if you're watching this, either whenever I update this, happy July, everyone. It's already the month of July. It's so fast. Half of the year is already gone. Okay, let's discuss quickly. I have discussed Tate in another video already. So, Tate is a tech sync pair with, tech attack called Flash Cannon. Steel type attack, Flash Cannon. After 2 uses of a Pokemon move, that's either Flash Cannon, Thunder Wave, or Charm, you get to hit the opponent with a very strong Doom Desire. And every single time you use Doom Desire, you get to raise a random stat of all your allied sync pairs. So it's either attack, defense, special attack, special defense, speed, accuracy, or evasiveness. This random stat will be raised by +2 for all your allied sync pairs. So after 2 attacks, either Flash Cannon, Thunder Wave, or Charm. Now here's the thing. You can attack 2 different opponents. You attack opponent 1. Your second attack is opponent 2. Your second opponent will be receiving the Doom Desire damage. If the second opponent dies from Flash Cannon, for example, you use Charm, then you use Flash Cannon. If this sync pair faints, you do not use Doom Desire. But if you use Flash Cannon here, this sync pair faints, then your second attack is Charm or Thunder Wave or Flash Cannon. This second sync pair remains alive. This sync pair, this opponent, will be receiving the Doom Desire damage. So the Doom Desire does not swap to whatever opponent still lives on. So your second attack definitely has to... Your Doom Desire will hit whoever you hit with the second attack. If that sync pair faints with your second attack without Doom Desire, it will not transfer to other sync pairs. So this sync pair is very strong, as I would say. Very strong steel type damage, very strong steel type special sync nuke. In fact, the strongest is, if not second strongest. But I've tried this with Bertha. Bertha is physically weak, not special weak. So Tate does not work very well with this week's Bertha, but it works very well if the opponent is weak to steel type attacks. So that's that. And in terms of the passive skills, well, we have talked about this already. Doom Desire triggers every single time you use 2 attacks in a row, and every single time you use Doom Desire, you get to raise everyone's stat, random stat by 2 stat ranks. Not only this, but every single time you attack with Flash Cannons, Thunder Wave, or Charm, you get to lower the opponent's special defense -2. So very easy to lower the opponent's special defense. And then her trainer move raises your special attack by 4. So in order to raise your special attack by 6, you'd either have to get an MP refresh or raise your special attack in other ways which are available in the sync grid. But with just 1 copy of her, with him rather, and you get to raise your critical hit rate to max also. 1 copy gets you the MP refresh for Wish Upon a Star. So with 1 copy, you can max out your special attack immediately, and you get Sand Shelter as well. But all the other good things about Tate, Summer Tate, are locked at 2 and 3 copies. So that is Summer Tate. And now we move on to Summer Liza. And this is a strike sync pair. Very, very strong. You got Giga Impact as your physical attack, your one and only attack. Then you have Iron Defense and Protect. Every time you use Iron Defense, you do not raise your defense by 2, you instead raise it by 4. By using Protect, you raise your defense by 2 stat ranks. And Giga Impact, you just hit the opponent strong. This is a 4 move gauge attack, which you probably should worry about your move gauge. But Infliction Freebie, every single time you use a status move that is Iron Defense or Protect, you get a free move next. So the way to use her is either Giga Impact, then Iron Defense, then Giga Impact, then Iron Defense, or rather Giga Impact, then Iron Defense, Giga Impact, then Iron Defense, sorry. Then you got your trainer move Into the Night Sky. It raises your attack stat the same rank as how high your defense is. So make sure your defenses are max before you use your trainer move so that you get to hit the opponent with the maximum possible damage. Flying Shift just makes your Giga Impact into a flying type attack instead of a normal type attack. So if the opponent's weak to flying, then perfect. And I made a mistake, I just realized. But the sync move is supposed to be flying type and not steel type. My mistake, I am sorry. Flying type sync move, this also applies to my other video. Flying type sync move, not a steel type sync move. Then, 1 out of 5, we got Anti-Toxin, Sand Shelter, Unbending, which are not exactly that crazy. She gets really crazy at 3 copies with all the physical moves up next effects after you use Iron Defense and Protect. But with 1 copy, get a base Liza, which is just gonna be a strong attacker with nice move gauge management. And that's about it, guys. Rose and Copper Raja. This sync pair is like the best sync pair for many people in this update. And I have a lot of things to say about this one. Well, if you see this background image, congratulate yourselves. You have averted tragedy of your gems, that is. And he has 3 different types of attacks. You have a Steel type Iron Head, you have a Rock type Stone Edge, and you have a Ground type High Horsepower. All of these attacks are 4 move gauges because of his passive skill. Hit the Gas 5. And this sync pair is a Dynamax sync pair. You get a G-Max Copper Raja over here with G-Max Steel Surge, Max Rockfall, and Max Quake. Now, the game wants you to use G-Max Steel Surge because lots of things to do with the Sync Pair have a lot to do with powering up steel moves. Rose's Results is his passive skill, and what this does is it powers up steel type attacks, steel type moves, and your moves will never miss. So your Iron Head will not miss, your Stone Edge will not miss, your High Horsepower will not miss, but your Iron Head will be slightly powered up because of Rose's Results. And then there is this strange, uninspired passive skill named Pokemon Moves and Max Moves Expansion. And what this does is that all your attacks, your Iron Head, your Stone Edge, your High Horsepower, your Max Moves, your G-Max Steel Surge, your Max Rockfall, your Max Quake will be AoE. When you attack the opponent, every single opponent will be hit. And they will not be subject to the AoE penalty. All the opponents will receive this equal amount of damage. G-Max Steel Surge applies the steel damage field of play to the opponent's field of play. So every time the opponent attacks, they will receive a specific little damage. And the higher the move level of Rose is, he will get some multipliers regarding steel damage field. But with one copy, you don't need to worry about that. You have Max Rockfall, which creates a Sandstorm if you want the Sandstorm. And you have Max Quake to raise everyone's special defense. Iron Head has a chance, 30% chance of making the opponent flinch. So an AoE Iron Head will be very fun and helpful if the opponent flinches and all the opponents flinch. That would be very fun. The problem with this Sync Pair? Well, as a 4-move gauge user, all the attacks, you are pretty slow, and his trainer move slows him down even more. It maximizes your attack stat, it raises your critical hit rate +3, that's maximum. It raises your physical moves next effect by 1 stat rank. That means your physical attack, your next attack, Iron Head, Stone Edge, High Horsepower, will be 40% stronger damage and lowers your speed stat -2, meaning you get slower. Now, some people confuse this. No, the trainer move does not apply to all Sync Pairs in your team. It only applies to him. How do we say this? Passive skill is called Pokemon Moves and Max Move Expansion. When the move used by the user's Pokemon, not the trainer move, a Pokemon move. So this does not apply to all allied Sync Pairs. So, that's it for Rose, and with 1 out of 5 you get an MP refresh. I'm not sure why you want this, because you will slow down even more. That will slow down lower your speed stat minus an additional 2. Sand Shelter prevents you from damage from Sandstorm just in case you want to use Max Rockfall and create that Sandstorm. This Sync Pair is, in a way, better than Signusuit Giovanni, because Signusuit Giovanni, yes, has 3 different type of attacks, but only hits 1 opponent. This one hits everyone, and that is fun. You got a steel type attack, you got a ground type attack, you got a rock type attack. Steel type, we got a lot of them, but do we have a lot of AoE steel type attacks? Not a lot. We got Signusuit Datamine. Once you Mega Evolve, you can have Expand Reach. You can get was it Expand Reach or Expand Range? Your attack, your Steel type attack is gonna hit everyone. But aside from her, do we got other Steel type attacks that are AoE? There might be, but tip of my head, I cannot remember a lot. Ground type attacks, we have a lot of AoE ones, no problem about that. Rock type attacks, yes, we have Rock Slide, we have a lot of rock type attacks. But steel type attacks that are AoE, not exactly a lot. So if you're looking for a steel type AoE attacker, well, you got Rose over here, and you can follow up immediately your Pokemon attack with your Dynamax move. You hit 2 times in a row, And you can easily raise your attack stat, your maximum critical hit rate immediately. But again, you just have to worry about that speed stat lowering down. And you don't want that speed stat to lower down too much, because his speed stat is only 239 and not exactly very reliable speed stat for a 4-move gauge attacker. But that's Rosen Kaparaja, and probably the most reliable sync pair and the best sync pair of this update. Maybe. Next, we have Oleana and Garbodor. The best music of this update, in my opinion. You got Gong Shot, you have Venom Drench. Gong Shot has a 30% chance of leaving the opponent poisoned. Or should I say, badly poisoned. Because her passive skill called Ally Poisons Badly Poisoned means that if the opponent is poisoned, not only is it poisoned, it transforms into badly poisoned. So the opponent will be badly poisoned if they get poisoned. And this does not apply to only her. Check this out, guys. Passive skill, except in certain circumstances. When an ally leaves an opponent poisoned, that means any sync pair in your team can be the poison dealer. So use Oleana, Gong Shot to poison the opponent. You can also use G-Max Malador, your max move, and poison everyone instead. You know, you want to use your Dynamax move. It leaves all opponents poisoned. Again, should I say badly poisoned. And you want to use the max move also because her second passive skill called Max Move hit Team Poison rebuff down 1. When you use your max move, hit any opponent, any of the 3. This is not Rose, this does not hit every single opponent. But if you decide to use your max move and choose one opponent, every single opponent in the opponent's team will not only get badly poisoned, but will also get a poison rebuff down. Meaning all your poison attacks from there on out will become stronger against the opponent. And the other one, the other passive skill, the longest passive skill of the game, English passive skill of the game, as of the current moment. Status Pokemon move on poison opponent stat down times 3. I have no words. Status Pokemon move on poison opponent stat down times 3. This only means that if the opponent is poisoned, let me check this out again. If the opponent is poisoned and you lower the opponent's stat using a status move, and that status move is Venom Drench, it will lower the opponent's stats -3 instead of -1. And Venom Drench lowers the opponent's attack, special attack, and speed stat. The opponent's poisoned, use Venom Drench against the opponent, it will lower every single opponent's attack, special attack, and speed stat -3 with just 1 Venom Drench. So you just want to use 2 Venom Drenches against the opponent, their attack stat -6, their special attack stat -6, their speed stat -6. This is the ultimate offensive debuffer in the game right now. Just 2 uses of Venom Drench, opponent's attacking stats and speed stat minimum 2 moves. Or rather, 3 turns. 1 G-Max Malador to leave all opponents poison. 2 Venom Drenches, instantly all the opponents get much weaker. Then you'll be using Gong Shot, Gong Shot, Gong Shot, Gong Shot, Gong Shot already. You have a move gauge boost, I guess, to manage your move gauge management. You know, Gong Shot is a 4 move gauge attack as well. And then your Please Leave reduces your sync move countdown, raises your attack +4. That means if you want your attack stat to be +6, you have to get an MP refresh or get another sync pair to raise your attack stat. It raises your accuracy by 2 as well so that you do not miss your Gong Shot. And then maximizes your critical hit rate by 3. Whatever maximizes the critical hit rate, in my opinion, is a good sync pair. So, that's that. Plus, this is a tech sync pair, and she has a sync nuke. The lower the opponent's stats are, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. And again, just by 2 turns, or 3 turns including the G-Max Malodor, your opponent's stats will be lowered minus 18. Minus 6 attack, minus 6 special attack, minus 6 speed stat. Instant, very quick to trigger sync nuke. That's that. That's that, guys. Remember, you can also give the opponent a poison type rebuff. So, is Oleana better than Rose, or is Rose better than Oleana? That is completely up to you and up to what you have for your roster, guys. But 1 out of 5, you got Antitoxin, and I can say for sure right now that this, at 3 copies, will be the strongest poison type nuker available in the game, with all those multipliers that I see. With 2 power plays, but with 1 copy, you only get, well, whatever she has, which is a built-in power play, which is not bad at all. So that's Oleana and Garbodor, and this is a Pokefair Scout with 5 copies maximum, but we ignore that because we're just talking about 1 copy. Second to the last, we got Kiawe and Arcanine. I have questions about this sync pair, but at the same time, people probably underestimate this sync pair a little bit. This sync pair has 3 different attacks. You have Ember, you have Will-O-Wisp, you have Fire Spin. Now, they are weak attacks, but he has a passive skill Extend Range. And if you use either Ember, you use Will-O-Wisp, or you use Fire Spin, every single opponent will be hit by this one. So instant AoE burn. This is actually the second sync pair with AoE burn. The first sync pair was Fall Morty. Now you have the second one. Kiawe, Variety Kiawe, AoE burn. AoE trap for Fire Spin. And you have a trainer move, Come On By, which raises your special attack by 4, raises your accuracy and critical hit rate by 2. You cannot max out your critical hit rate this way. And you have a sync move multiplier built in. When the opponent is burned, you get to deal stronger damage. Now, the passive skills are the interesting things here. If you hit an opponent that is burned, you get to lower the opponent's special attack stat minus 1. If the opponent is trapped, you attack an opponent, you get to lower their special defense minus 1. And you'll have to use Will-O-Wisp and Fire Spin at least once in order to AoE burn and AoE trap the opponent. And then you can focus on using Ember. Ember is just a 1 move gauge attack. Every single time you attack an opponent, you get to lower their special attack stat. You get to lower their special defense stat. Yeah, pretty basic. But you'll have to see that his stats, his special attack stat is not bad at all. His moves are weak, but his special attack stat is not that bad, and his speed stat is pretty high, so you can combine this with move gauge eaters, and you will not have a problem with your move gauge at all. But in terms of debuffing, well, a lot of other sync pairs can do this already, so no comment about that until you get to 3 copies, where you also lower the opponent's attack stat and speed stat if the opponent is burned and trapped. And that time, he will become a very, very nice sync pair. But with 1 copy, you can probably skip him unless you really like Kiawe, because we have a lot of other sync pairs that can do what Kiawe can do. And in terms of AoE burn, well, you can just burn the opponents 1 by 1. If you have Signasuit Ethan, you can just AoE trap the opponent. A lot of other sync pairs can AoE trap the opponent as well. If you have Yucin at a higher move level at 4 out of 5, there's Attack Trap, which you can Attack Trap 4, I think, 50% chance of AoE trapping the opponent if you use Blizzard or B-Surf. So yeah, nothing that special about Kiawe and Arcanine with 1 copy. But with higher move levels, he becomes a little bit more useful in terms of crazy usefulness. Probably not too much, but he has a nice sync move multiplier. Power Play is a very nice sync move multiplier. Interference Sync 5 is also a nice sync move multiplier. And if the opponent is burned, the attack power gets stronger. But that out of the way, nothing that special to him. Last but not the least, we have Malo and Shinotek. And this one is a support sync pair. The only support sync pair in this update. You have Giga Drain, the an absorbing attack, stuns 4 to leave the opponent paralyzed. And X special defense all, typical. Today's special raises everyone's special attack by 4, raises everyone's accuracy by 1, raises everyone's critical hit rate by 2. Nothing special, typical. But the passive skill, whenever you use an absorbing attack, that means you Giga Drain, get to recover a little bit of HP. How much HP? Oh wait, sorry, my mistake. Absorbs hit attack minus. Sorry, my mistake. If you use an attack or if you use Giga Drain against the opponent, it will lower the opponent's attack stat minus 1. It's the other passive skill that absorbs HP. If the opponent is paralyzed and you attack the opponent, and that means you use Giga Drain because stuns 4 will fail when the opponent is paralyzed. So if you use Giga Drain on a paralyzed opponent, you recover some HP from Giga Drain. You also recover some HP from hit paralyzed opponent, recover HP 9. So, a little bit of recovery happening here, and status immunity, status conditions cannot be afflicted on the user. In terms of usefulness of this sync pair, well, attack debuffer, you have a lot of other attack debuffers. Malo, the original Malo is an attack debuffer as well. But for this one, you get to recover a little bit of HP more, and a lot of other sync pairs can debuff attacks. You just... Honestly, nothing special about the sync pair at 1 out of 5. You got Racing Rain 2, you got Stalwart. You have no multipliers for the sync pair. 3 out of 5 again, as usual, better. The higher the move level, the better the sync pair is. But 1 copy, nothing much. We have to see how much HP hit paralyzed opponent recover. HP 9 actually recovers. I'm guessing it's only a tiny bit. But if it's a lot, then maybe this changes my opinion on Malo. But for right now, what I can see is Malo is just an ordinary sync pair. So, that is it for these 6. And now we look at their stats. Malo has the lowest HP stat of the bunch. But again, you can recover HP by paralyzing the opponent and attacking it. You can recover HP from Giga Drain. You can also recover HP from the passive skill. She has the highest defense and special defense though as a support sync pair. Kiawe has the highest speed stat out of the bunch. Summer Tate has the highest special attack stat. Summer Liza has the highest attack stat, even higher than our Rose over here. But Summer Liza is a striker. Rose is a striker as well. Oliana has the lowest attack stat considering the sync pairs that use the attack stat. But if you consider all opponents, Malo only has 88 attack stat at level 140. It's been a while since we've seen a sync pair with less than 100 of a particular stat. Good thing is, you do not consider the attack stat of Malo. You instead consider the special attack stat. And then, that's about it for the bunch. Rose has the highest HP but the lowest defense, special defense, and speed stat. Oliana, lowest attack stat, and average defenses across the board. But you know, stats are not everything. And again, I would want to direct you to the multipliers over here. 1 copy are the blue ones. Got Tate built in. Pecking order, the lower the opponent's attack stat is, you can lower the opponent's attack using Charm. Rose has hit the gas 5, 1 extra move gauge, stronger move. Physical moves up next effect triggers with actions not results trainer move. Rose's results powers up your steel type attacks. Meanwhile, Oliana, the moment you use your max move, everyone will receive a poison rebuff, making all your poison attacks stronger. And then, the lower the opponent's attacks, or the lower the opponent's stats are, built-in power play, the stronger your sync move is gonna be. Kiawe, on the other hand, built-in, if the opponent is burned, stronger sync move damage. Malo, no multipliers whatsoever. Interesting. What can I say about these sync pairs? Well, I can say, one copy, you can totally disregard Kiawe and Malo. They have nothing interesting to bring. Also, if you do not support Variety Scouts, you can totally skip them as well because DNA is... Hopefully, you guys are saying in the comment section that you are expecting, and there has never been an August update without Spotlight Scouts. I am hoping that you guys are correct. Hoping. But I have my doubts, guys. Meanwhile, Summer Liza and Summer Tate. Summer Liza, if you are looking for a flying type striker, strong flying type striker, and you know, free move next, free move next, free move next. Pretty defensive as well. Pretty good. Summer Tate, one of the strongest, in fact, the strongest DPS, they said, with Doom Desire dealing much more damage than Hyper Beam, according to Kai Lux. I've seen his video, I haven't watched it. Or rather, I've seen the video title. So, I'm not sure if it's actually stronger than Hyper Beam, but it's very gimmicky. Summer Tate is very gimmicky. If you want a steel type attacker, maybe go for Rose because it's AoE. Rather than hitting one opponent, why not hit all opponents instead? So, my ranking for these sync pairs are Rose number 1, Oliana number 2, for a lot of reasons. Poison types have gotten pretty nice upgrade recently with who is this? Was it Anna? But no, it's not. I forgot her name. Emma, sorry. Emma has a very strong poison type attacker. Just because you'll have to use Venom Drench twice. I'm not exactly sure how to classify Oliana, but AoE definitely better than hitting one opponent. So Rose, you can AoE 3 different types of attacks: Steel, Ground, Rock. He's top of the list. Oliana number 2. Number 3 might actually be Liza because of how efficient she is. Tate number 4, just because of Rose being the better type steel type striker. So Tate goes down a lot of notches. If Rose wasn't there, Summer Tate might be a little bit higher. So Rose, Oliana, Liza, Tate, and in the end we have Kiawe and Malo, which I guess rank last, both of them last in the same equal footing, 5th or 6th depending on you, because 1 out of 5 just brings completely nothing new to the table. It's just boring, uninspired sync pairs, and other sync pairs can do what they both can do. So Kiawe and Malo, I'm sorry, but you guys are ranked last. This is not like Lorelei, Variety Lorelei, or probably Variety Bruno, who can max out everyone's defense stat immediately. Lorelei can lower, nice debuffer, can raise everyone's stats as well. Lance with Dragon type rebuff, and Agatha for, I totally forgot, for not running along now, sus. Kiawe and Malo just does not do much. So that's why they rank down the list. So again, Rose, Oliana, Liza, Tate, then both Kiawe and Malo at the same time. But do let me know what your own ranking is. Do you agree with my ranking, or do you rank these other sync pairs much higher, or do you completely disagree with my ranking? But you know, just scout for whatever you want. instead of listening to me ramble on. But I know you like to listen to me ramble on, so thank you so much for listening to me ramble on. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget again to hit the thumbs up. 2, support me rambling on every now and then. So hard to talk, but I appreciate it. And also again, let me know in the comments. Subscribe, join my 10K giveaway if you want to support me. There's my coffee page, guys. Help me upgrade my computer, fix my computer, because it really needs to be fixed. Not exaggerating anything. But also, you can become a member of the channel and supporter of the channel by gifting memberships or by joining the members like these awesome people. Thank you to the red tier members. Master Ball Shadowfill, Pokeball tier members Alcin, Roy, Luca, Jeremy for 2 years. 1 year Ultra Ball tier member supporter Marokman, thank you so much. Pokeball tier members 1 year for Ewiz, Tatsuya Gold, thank you so much. Great Ball tier members Agent 10 Splatoon, Aurora, Espion, and Yuki, thank you so much. Premier Ball tier Shido, thank you so much. Pokeball tier members Apsaras, Edward, and Can, thank you so much for your support. And I'm done. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble on. And I'll be working on each sync pair first before I give my overall analysis and my compilation. So yeah, wait for them. But until then, this is Sol, also known as Aspiel Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. The artist team's called Grunt. Whoever you scout with, whoever you scout, good luck. Hopefully you do not regret it. And hopefully you have gems saved for the anniversary. See you in the next video.